chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra as we do before every session. And today I was trying a new thing, so I want to try with all of you, and I am hopeful you will like it. So let's see how that goes. And everyone can get ready with your japa malas. So we are going to chant one round together. Thank you, Pari, Dhruv, Vedant, who else has joined? Sampada, thank you for turning your camera on. Others also, if you can turn your camera on, that's very, very encouraging and inspiring to all. Okay, so let's chant the holy name. And while we are chanting today, this month is very special. There are a lot of festivals. So one Basant Panchami was there, then the Advaita Saptami was there. Today is Varaha Dwadashi. How many of you have heard of Lord Varaha? Some of you. Okay, so Varaha Dev is the boar incarnation of Lord. All of you know different incarnations, some incarnations, right? Like tortoise, Krishna, Kachapa, right? Can anyone give other name of another incarnation of Lord? Yes, Sampada.
Matsya Avatar.
Matsya Avatar, yes. Fish incarnation, yes, Karina.
Lord Narasimhadev.
Nrsimha Avatar, yes, very nice. So like that, very similar is one of the avatars called the Varaha Avatar, or in a boar form. So Mother Earth was drowning and submerging in the ocean. And then Varahadev came on his tusk. He lifted Mother Earth. Okay? So similarly, we can pray to Varahadev, our consciousness, our mind. Where does it go? Down, right? Doesn't it naturally goes down? Like a ball from up, it goes down. So we can pray, oh Lord Varahadev, you please uplift our consciousness on the and bring it back to where it's rightly situated at Krishna's lotus feet. And tomorrow is Nityananda Trayodasi. It's a very, very special festival. He's the Adi Guru. He's the eternal Supreme Lord. Like as we have Krishna and Balaram, so in Kali Yuga, in this age, Krishna comes as Gauranga, and Baldev comes as Nityananda Prabhu. So very special day. So let's pray to Varahadev, let's pray to Lord Nityananda, so we can uplift our mind, our consciousness by the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. So you all have your beads. Let's start together. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Vishnu Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshtarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna,
Ram Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Bahari आ रही थी
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Prabhu ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samaved Gaur Bhaktivind ki jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे thank you dear friends for joining I see Sanvi Dhruv Pari Karina Sampada Shambhavi Ansh Lakshay Vinita thank you for joining I also see Vedant Avni Vedahi and Ovi Haribol, my humble pranams, namaskars, obeisance to all of you, and Navya also. Joining from Govardhan, you're in Govardhan, Navya?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Wow, you have a wonderful retreat there. So have a nice time. So, okay. So today we will talk about self-discipline, but before we do go and talk about self-discipline, anyone memorized a new verse you want to share? In the last week, you memorized a new verse. Raise your hand if you did that. You memorized a new verse which you didn't know in the past. Was it assigned to you? Bhagavad Gita 7:19, right? You remember? Some of you sent. Okay, Shamavi, you go ahead and tell the verse you memorized.
Krishna Kararavindeena Padaravinda
मुखारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तं वतस्य पत्रस्य पुतेन शरणं
Balam Mukunda.
बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि.
Very nice. Last time we also discussed this verse, Bhaunam Janmanamante, and I requested all of you to memorize it. Okay? So, my dear friends, please memorize this, okay? So, today we will talk about a special topic, and the topic is self-discipline, the power of self-discipline. Okay? Interesting topic? How many of you say it's interesting? Hmm? Some of you? Okay. So, and we will begin with something new today. Something new, which I'm trying first time. So I'm going to send you this code. Okay? I'm going to send you this code. So open that code in the chat, and there's a question there. Okay? There is a question. What comes to your mind when we talk about self-discipline? Okay? Did everyone get that? So you should be able to see something like this, where you will enter your response. Is everyone with me? Okay. So you're going to all enter your response there. Okay. One word, not sentence, just one word. Enter whatever word, what comes to your mind, enter a word. And all the responses will be collected. So what comes to your mind when you talk, when we talk about, when you hear about self-discipline, when we talk about self-discipline, enter a word, and all the responses will come here. And it's anonymous. So who is typing what, so, and you don't need to see others. I mean, you can see, but try to be novel. Try to, if it naturally comes to you, great, right? Just be yourself, okay? So what comes to your mind when we talk about self-discipline? Everyone, please respond. The link is there. It should not take a lot. And by the way, we will use this more in future. I think it's a great way to interact. Is everyone comfortable, easy to use? Did everyone respond? Give a thumbs up if you responded already. Okay, let's see the results. Oh, so, try to write one or two words, not too many, not the whole sentence. It will become too complex to understand. So looks like word cleanliness, control, consistency, practice, focus, consistency again, strict responsibilities, control. This can also be called as control, right? Maturity, someone said. Interesting word cloud, right? Interesting feature. Isn't this cool? Helpful? A nice way to engage. Okay. So let's talk more about, what is self-discipline. How many of us would like to be disciplined? Raise your hand. How many of you feel discipline is a trash thing? We don't need it. It's nonsense. Anyone feels that it's a waste of time and, not required at all? Okay, so everyone agrees that discipline. Okay, is it good or bad? Good. You think it's going to help us or harm us? Help or harm? Help, right? Double help, right? You think is it worth it, even if it's sometimes not what our mind wants? Our mind always wants discipline, yes or no? Mostly no, right? Mind wants to do the other thing, right? Sometimes, how many of us naturally feel very, very enthusiastic to get up every day early morning? No, but we know it's like most feel no, but we know it's healthy, it's right. How many of us naturally don't like eating unhealthy food? Like if unhealthy food comes, or we will say, no, I'm not going to see it, what to speak of eating it. So the mind wants to go in one direction, which may often be dash for us. Yay or nay, right? Which may be bad for us, right? The mind wants to go. But that's where the power of self-discipline comes. Is it not? That's where the power. So discipline is a non-essential ingredient for success. Okay, I'm going to read a few lines. For example, how many of you have done some cooking? Raise your hand. Any cooking, any even small dish, big dish, that's fine. Like in every, okay, awesome, that's amazing. Almost all of you. In every preparation, let's say in every savory, right, like whether you make dal, whether you make pakoras, whether you make, sabji and anything, different spices may be in different quantity, but one ingredient is most essential. And what is that? I heard something, the salt, you said, right? Did you say that? Salt. So similarly, discipline is the essential ingredient in success. Okay? Discipline is the fire with which it will all cook. So there's a famous study done, right? Many of you may have read about it or at least heard about it, the marshmallow experiment. Have you heard about this marshmallow experiment? So let's quickly review it. A teacher in a class gave a candy, a marshmallow, to all the students. The teacher kept in front of all the students. And he said that you have a choice. This was done in Stanford, by the way, in 1972, by a famous psychologist named Walter Mischel. So he said, you have a choice. He kept the candy in front of everyone. He said, you have a choice. You can eat it immediately, or you wait for 10 minutes. And I'll be going out. I'll be coming after 10, 20 minutes. If you all wait till those 20 minutes time, when I get out and come, I'll be back in 20 minutes. You get one more. If you don't eat, so you'll have two. Okay, if you were in that situation, what would you choose? Be honest. How many of you choose one? One means, okay, I'll take one, forget about, well, and how many say, I'll wait for 20 minutes and get the second one too? Say one or two. One, two. Please respond. Everyone, please respond. Don't overthink. Pick one response. Most of you are saying two. That's great. So, but most of you are not like you. The world is going in a different direction. You are all very saintly people, right? So 90% of the class, they picked the first one. And they said one in hand is better than two in bush, right? So they picked the first one, and then the experiment didn't end there. So those children who waited longer, they practiced control grew to attain more success in their academics, in their SAT, their ACT scores. Their BMI, body mass index, was better. That means they were more healthier. They were more intelligent. They were more satisfied in their life. So their lives was studied for 10, 20, 30 decades, 10, 20, 30 years after this experiment, and they were more successful. They had stable relationships there with their husbands, their wives, their children. And those who always wanted immediate gratification were always, in all aspects of life, they were not very happy and successful, whether it's studies, whether their health, whether they were in their relationships, they were not successful. So we have a choice, my dear friends. The choice is the choosing discipline, right? Discipline is about choosing. What are we choosing? Discipline is about choosing what? What's that choice we are making? Anyone? Please elaborate. What's that choice in the discipline? Yes, Dhruv?
The choice is the second option to not to save onto it and to control yourself.
Okay, okay, good. Would anyone like to add? In general, now we're not talking about the marshmallow experiment, we're talking about discipline as a choice between what? Yes, Avani?
It's like the choice between like doing something that you do not want to do at that moment, but like it will benefit you greatly in the long run, versus like doing something that will give you like instant gratification, but may not necessarily be good for you in the long run.
Excellent. Very good. Did everyone get that? Raise your hand if you got that, those two options. So basically, we want to pick an immediate thing which may be pleasing to the mind and senses, or we want to think rationally and pick something which may not, our mind may not like it at that moment, but it's healthier in long term. That's a choice, right? And what do we call that in Sanskrit? Anyone knows the two Sanskrit words we use for it? Shreyas and Preyas. So Preyas means immediate gratification, and Shreyas means long-term good, even if it's short-term challenging. Let's put it this way, right? So immediate gratification and long-term pain. So that choice is basically discipline, is it not? Now, which one should we pick, Shreyas or Preyas? Yes, Shambhavi?
Shreyas.
Huh?
Shreyas.
Shreyas, yes. And in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, the turning point of Bhagavad Gita, also called 2.7 verse, very, very important. Who knows the verse? Anita, yes?
Hare Krishna. Karpanya dosho pata svabhava Prichami tvam dharma samudachita Yakshayashan nishtitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam.
Beautiful. 2.7. So Arjuna is saying, oh Krishna, please tell me what's not short-term good. We had Shreyas. You see the word Shreyas comes there. So what is long-term good? You tell me that. I'm confused. So when in doubt, reach out to Guru. So Arjuna reaches out to Guru and asks for not immediate gratification, but long-term good. And then Lord Krishna starts to speak the Bhagavad Gita. So, and my dear friends, you know, if these verses, you can always go back and revisit those verses, okay? So let's read a little bit more about this. Many people make goals, is it not? Right? New Year, so many people make goals. That the studies have found that only 8% of people end up achieving their New Year goals. They make a resolution, and then very soon it's into dissolution, and ultimately no solution. Right? Why? So discipline is the bridge that covers the gap between dreams and reality. We may have a dream, we may have a vision. Oh, I want to be this. Oh, I want to be this. I want to do this. And reality is, okay, I'm not getting up on time. I'm eating whatever I like. Let's say someone wants to win an Olympic gold medal. Okay, in tennis or swimming or your favorite sport. Do you think those people have a very, very scheduled and disciplined life, eating habits, curriculum, practices? How many of you play in the school team or something? Even if you play in your school team, you have some curriculum, right? You can't just say, oh, I didn't want to, I didn't feel like practicing today. Will your teacher accept it? Right? No, even in a tiny school team, there is some regime, there is some curriculum, there is some agenda, there is some practice. And the more someone practices, the better that person will go and grow, right? So again, that's the bridge of discipline. So discipline is a choice between two pains also. Have we discussed this in the past? The pain of discipline or the pain of regret? So life is a choice. One famous speaker said this. Life is a choice between two, the pain of discipline versus the pain of regret. So what does that mean? Discipline weighs ounces while regret weighs tons. For example, if I'm feeling very angry, okay, it's the moment of test there. What the mind is saying, someone spoke back to me, and I will speak 10 bad words to him or her. Right? The mind wants to do that, correct? But if I choose discipline, okay, I'll take a break and I'll not speak bad. Okay? I'm not feeling good. I'll not mix bad emotions with bad words. Right? So what I chose discipline. Was it tough? Yes, there was some pain. Yes, my mind wanted to speak something, but I chose discipline, the pain of discipline. Now, if I didn't choose that, take the other route, the pain of regret. I spoke 10 bad words, the relationship gets bad, and then I'm regretting. So think of this in your life. Has it happened to you? Whether it's choosing something, words, or choosing a behavior. Like sometimes, oh, I don't feel like getting up, and then you get up at like 9 and 10, and then, the whole day is lazy, and the whole day is spoiled, and then you're regretting, oh my God, what did I do the whole day? Right? Has it happened? Anyone wants to share an experience if it's not so private? Anyone wants to share, whether it's an episode or something? Yes, yes, Mishti. This Boston scholars have joined. Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna. Like I think like many days, like especially like on the weekend, I wake up late because I'm just tired, and then I waste my time just reading a book or playing games or something, and then like then it's like 3 o'clock when I finally like realize, oh, I've spent so much time, and then I feel regret about it, but then I like to make myself happy after feeling regret, I play more games, so I regret even more, and then I keep regretting it. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I hear you. It happens to everyone. And today only I was learning in a class that we are humans. I'm not saying that we are all perfect beings and we cannot have uh, like we have to have self-empathy also. But at the same time, practicing, like like traveling through those networks, those neural networks in our brain. The brain wants, because it's habitual to go to easier path, right? Like playing games, eating unhealthy, getting up late. Those are very habitual. We have taken that route multiple times, is it not? And the mind naturally wants to go there. So it's a pain of discipline, which will help us. In the field of sports, that discipline means practicing, training. In the field of arts, it's perseverance. In the field of parenting or gardening, right? It's patience, right? So it could be mean different in different aspects, right? But it has a very, very crucial role in every aspect. Discipline is the lubricant for the smooth functioning of the society also, my dear friends. Imagine if there was no discipline. Anyone could loot anyone, anyone could kill anyone. There will be chaos in the society. There's some rules. There's some red lights and yellow lights and green light. They have a purpose. It's a discipline. You can't say, hey, I will not stop at red light. To hell with those red lights, right? What kind of society, what kind of traffic system would that be? Think of the number of accidents which will occur because of that. So discipline is essential ingredient for the smooth functioning of the society. It's a hallmark of a leader. I have not prepared all the slides, but I hope you are taking some, healthy notes. Hallmark of a leader, right? It's very, very important. So Benjamin Franklin said, he that can't obey can't command. Those who can't obey. So disciple means to be disciplined, right? We have to, in all this, my dear friends, I'm speaking for myself, and I hope it helps others also. In the Upadeshamrit, very, very important scripture, by Srila Rupa Goswami, he mentions that a leader is one who has controlled what? His urges, or has discipline over his mind, his vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udaropastha vegam. So control over what? Vacha means speech. Vacho vegam. Manasa, control over mind. Manasa vegam. Krodha, anger. So hot, right? What else? So speech, words, anger, mind, jiva, eating, right? And genitals and belly, eating. So these have a very, very crucial role. And one who does that, you will see a great difference. The difference will not come overnight. The difference will come when you consistently practice it, right? Do you think discipline is required in student life? Oh, yeah. Very much. Very much. In the Bhagavad Gita, there's a beautiful verse that we have to become focused, right? Let's read those verses. 2.41. Who is going to read it? One can read the translation, one can read the verse. Yes, Rina can read the verse, and Sanvi can read the translation.
Hare Krishna Srila Prabhupada. Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana pahushaka hi anantascha buddhaya vyavasayanam.
Beautiful. And many of you have memorized these verses, right? So for those who have not, because you joined somewhere in the middle, like we have covered so many verses today. So if any verse, I may not specifically say that, but if any verse you like, try, and you have not memorized it, try to memorize it. Out of, let's say we cover 5 verses. Some of you may know 2, some of you may know 1, some of you may not know. It's fine. But whichever, you pick one verse from that lecture, that class, and try to memorize, which you have not done in the past. Okay? Yes, translation, Sanvi?
Okay. Those who are on this path are result in purpose, and their arm is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are bristled is many branched.
Resolute. So what does the word resolute mean? Those on this path. On means bhakti path, path of self-discipline. A resolute. What does that word resolute mean? Yes, Dhruv.
It kind of means like determined, like you're determined. Kind of.
Fixed up, focus, right? So synonyms. But and you can also say self-discipline, right? Synonymous. Now, Lord Krishna is speaking this to Arjuna, and after a few verses, he gives another beautiful verse. Those who cannot be resolute. Let's read this one. Who would like to read and try? Pari, you want to read? And Vedant can read the translation. And zoom in further.
Yeah, I'm on a phone, so it's like small screen.
Bhogeshwari.
Prasattanam Daya Partachitasham Vyavashayatmika Buddhi Samadona Vidayate.
Very nice. Yes, Vedant.
In the minds of those who are too attached to sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place.
Beautiful. Thank you. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Who's going to elaborate a little bit? Who's going to throw some more light on this? Karina.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I feel like this translation means if you're too stuck on sense enjoyment, like not focusing on what you're supposed to do and stuff like that, instead of doing devotional service, that devotional service will not take place and therefore you will not get the mercy of the Lord.
Not focusing on what you're supposed to do. You said that?
Yes, Babaji.
What does that mean? Not focusing on what you're supposed to. You're supposed to eat, you not eat.
I mean, focus on the stuff that you're meant to do. Lord Krishna put you here for a reason. Do the stuff that Lord Krishna expects you to do for completing your devotional service, doing your studies, focusing on your studies, keep on giving love and devotional service to Lord Krishna, and basically just not going on the wrong path. And wrong path is doing stuff like sense enjoyment, as in drinking, smoking, doing bad stuff. So yeah.
Very nice. Thank you for clarifying, elaborating. So discipline is equivalent to self-torture. True or false? True, false. Okay, that's correct. Because this discipline does not mean self-torture. Many people confuse it. Discipline does not mean to deny our basic comfort. Is it? Discipline means stop eating, stop sleeping, correct? Is that correct? That's called torture, right? Discipline means never talk to friends, never go to play. That's discipline, right? No. So that's torturous, right? We are human beings, we're social beings. We have to do it everything in a regulated way, right? Discipline does mean to not sleep 12 hours a day. Discipline does mean to not eat like 10 times a day. Discipline does mean to not play with your friends for hours and hours, especially when it's time to study, right? So which verse of Bhagavad Gita talks about discipline and balance, practically like the balance verse? Very famous verse in the Bhagavad Gita talks about balance. Yes, Vedi?
Hare Krishna. Is it the one from chapter 6?
Yes.
Yukta viharasya yukta chestasya karmashu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha.
Excellent.
Hare Krishna.
Akshay, you want to read the translation?
He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the yoga system.
Beautiful. So discipline means to regulate and optimize the activities of our mind, our words, our actions, right? For long-term overall well-being. For Shreyas, not Preyas. Okay? So we discuss what discipline is and what discipline is not. Now there are different practices for discipline and different aspects of discipline. Now where all can we apply discipline? One is the physical discipline. Let me write this down so it might be helpful to all. The different aspects of discipline. And if you are writing, this is a good point to write. So one is physical. Then you have spatial, space, right? Surrounding, basically. Then you have temporal. Then you have work-related discipline. Then you have relationships-related. Then you also have society related. And then you have self-development related. These are different self-development based. So aspects of discipline. Okay. So the physical aspect is what? The physical aspect is basically taking care of the physical things like eating, right? Drinking, healthy balance, sleeping, right? Recreation, physical needs. We all have some physical needs. If we too much, we do, it's a problem. If we do too less, it's a problem. So healthy balance, right? So ask these questions to yourself. Do you have a regimen for some sort of workout? Do you have a regimen for proper eating? Do you take proper food? Do you take proper, nutrition? Do you take proper rest, right? Is it on the good side and on the bad side, right? Are there areas you want to improve on your physical discipline? How many of you have an area in your physical discipline aspect you want to improve? Hmm? It could be workout, it could be things you're eating you're not supposed to eat or should not eat or should not overeat, right? Like you're eating chocolate every day, not a great idea. Regulation, right? So most of us are raising our hand, right? So this will help us to identify. I'm not going to ask you what, but this is for us to gradually first we identify what's that area. Do I to improve my sleeping hours, my waking up hours, etc., or my workout, or my some aspect of my physical discipline. Now, spatial discipline is more about cleanliness, more about how I keep the space around me. Do I keep it messed up? My workplace, my study, my bed, my wardrobe, my cabinets, my shoes. How many of you feel there is an area for improvement there? Hmm? Okay, many of us. Good. I'm not going to ask you. This is a self-reflection, okay? Temporal is more of a schedule, like punctuality, right? Like if I have some routine, like you have a tennis class, you're all on time for that, or you're always running late. You have a Gita class on this, you're always on time, or you're always running late, or you have a last minute excuse, or same with the school. Are you the one always on time? So basically, time related, right? How are you managing your time? You have a routine. You have a routine for, let's say, kids, youth class or some, science class or some math class. Are you the one who's always punctual, or are you the one always entering late? Work related, your assignments, your projects, are you the ones always finishing 2 minutes before the deadline or 2 minutes after the deadline? Or are you the ones who is focusing on important, not urgent quadrant? You remember that? So work related. Do you welcome responsibility or do you shy away from responsibility? Do you like challenges or do you shy away from challenges? Do you embrace change or do you averse change? Do you like to be in your comfort zone or you like to try new things to grow and learn? These are something to, how many of you think something to consider on the work side or your activity, your school, your college? Are you all getting these different aspects? Is it helpful? Is it all making sense? Relationship based. Do you keep your word? You said to your friend, hey, I'll see you on Friday, but do you keep your word? Are you able to listen to others? How well are we in communication? Do I always want to speak, or I'm more eager to listen to others, to empathize, to connect with other people better, to understand their needs, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Are you able to maintain relationships despite ups and downs? There are challenges in every relationship, brother, friend, husband, wife, mother, father. Who has been through some ups and downs in relationships? Whether it's friendship, whether with parents, right? होता है सबके साथ, we all go through some ups and downs. We say something we don't mean to. How many of you done that? We say something we don't mean to and it causes a bad result. We intend good, but other person is thinks opposite. How many of you been through that? We intend to do good, our intent was good, but somehow circumstantially we said something and it led to a chaos. How many of you been through that? Okay, I think many of you are raising hand, and all of us, we are humans. So see, it's not that we should not expect overnight we'll become perfect and life will be rosy cozy and nothing is going to go wrong. So don't have a over perfect vision also. Okay, give some room. We are humans. Empathize with yourself also. Okay. And by the way, talking about relationships, I have a very, very special news for all of you, which is that next week we have a special program, right? Talking about non-violent communication called Building Bridges. So it's for all of you only. It's not for outsiders. It's for those who join this class. And it's very, very special program by these two devotees, wonderful couple, Yamuna Jivan Prabhu and Shri Radhika Mataji, who are going to talk about nonviolent communication and how we can have better, understanding in relationship aspects with friends, with parents, right? How to speak so parents listen, how to understand. So when we talk, how to basically be a better communicator. How many of you feel communication is a very, very vital aspect for our life, our leadership, our schools, colleges? You think it's important? It is the most important. Very, very important. More than the technical skills or the soft skills these days, right? To be a good leader, to be a good human being, a good student, a good learner, communication is very aspect. So are you all excited about this next week? So keep a note of it, okay? Don't miss it. It'll be at 7 p.m. instead of 7:15. We'll begin sharp at 7. Okay? I'll post this after the class, but you're all already there, so don't miss it. Okay? And be on time. Be extra ready and ask questions, engage. And by the way, I've requested all of you to put tilak also, if you could put that. Not just for this next session, but for all upcoming sessions, right? The Vaishnav Tilak, I'll be very happy. Okay, will everyone do it? Okay, please do it. And if you need it, you don't have it, you can easily get it. Everything is available these days. In 1 week, you can get Tilak from India, what to speak of US. Right? So we're talking about so many aspects of discipline, right? Like physical, temporal, relationship, communication, etc. Society-based, right? Society-based is the one you think you're always breaking the rules, or you like to maintain rules, right? You like to jump the queues if you get an opportunity. How many of you have done that? Raise your hand if you like to jump the queues when you get an opportunity. Oh, my friend is standing there. Let me just sneak in for the prasadam line. How many have done that in the prasadam line? Right? So, right? It's not the best thing, but we are human beings, so we should try to be the change you want to, right? Right? So lead by example. And self-development related. Do you welcome and accept correction? Or do you feel, hey, how dare you say, how dare you correct me? Do you welcome challenges? Do you invest time and energy in developing new hobbies? How many of you do that? Investing time and energy in developing new hobbies, like learning new skill, learning new hobbies, learning, like some music and whatnot, language. In Bhagavad Gita, there are a lot of verses about self-discipline, right? So my dear friends, I want to take a pause here and take some comments and thoughts. What are your thoughts about discipline? Give me some reflections and some thoughts for what we have covered so far. Anyone? Any thoughts, comments, or reflection? Something you like, something struck you, something you want to take home and try to improve upon, or something you want to develop an area for improvement you may have. We all have areas for improvement. So let's take some thoughts. Everyone, please try to participate. It will be very healthy and I'll be very happy. Okay, Vinita.
Hare Krishna. So my reflection is that sometimes you just don't realize things until they're said to you. And so like as this class was going on, I was just like thinking on all these aspects of my life, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really need to get my act together. Like just in general. I just Yeah, that's what this class made me realize. Cause like at like I'm not like living like a pig, but like sometimes some things just need to be told to you to your face for you to realize that you need to improve. So yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Thank you. Thank you for being so honest and vulnerable. And that means you are not just listening, but you are for information, but you are trying to absorb for transformation. And that's how we all should try. And my dear friends, I am also vulnerable, and also have areas for improvement. So as Vinita said, no one is living like a pig here, but we all have some areas for improvement, right? It's not that we are like unclean people and everything is like upside down, right? But we all have areas for improvement. So always believe in progress over perfection. Okay, this is my mantra. Progress over perfection. Don't let perfection, mindset, a perfectionist mindset kind of like, you know, take all your energy. Oh, I have this for improvement. I'm not doing this. I'm not, physical. I have room for improvement, tempo, and then this. I have like 20 things to improve. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to die or you're going to like be swamped in the ocean of guilt. Do we want that? We don't want that. So take 2 or 3 things at a time, or even one. Okay, take one thing at a time. One or two, no more than like five, or 1 or 2 things. Focus on 1 or 2 things at a time. So my dear friends, maybe this is an exercise for all of you. So we discussed many aspects like physical, temporal, spatial, work related, relationship related, society related, self-development. All of you take one of these categories, just one, and pick one thing you want to improve on in your life. Okay, one thing you want, whether it's food related, whether it's habit related, it's project related. Take 2 minutes of your time, think peacefully. What's that area you want to improve? What's that habit you want to rewire? And how will you do that? Right? Like SMART goal. You remember SMART goal? Be specific, be measurable. For example, I'm just giving an example. I have an area for improvement in getting up early. Right now, I am getting up at 7:30 a.m. I'm just giving an example here, but I want to improve. I know it's not good for me. I'm missing on. I regret it. I know it's not good, but I'm trying. So I want to go from 7:30 to 6 within 2 months time frame or whatever. I'm just giving example. So I'll go from 7:30 to every week I'll improve by 30 minutes. From 7:30 to I'll get to 7, then 6:30, then 6, then 5:30. Within 1 month, my goal is, or 1 month or 2 months, that's up to you, right? And I'm not perfect. I'll set a cheat day for myself. Okay, I'm not, I'm not a perfect yogi. I agree. So Sunday, I'll do a cheat day, right? If I want to catch up, Sunday I'll get up at 8 o'clock or 7:30. I'm not encouraging but you are having one cheat day, right? Or maybe Sunday I'll sleep in the afternoon, right? To catch up or whatever, right? So you don't have to write this goal. You write a goal for yourself, right? Is everyone following this? So please write a goal in any aspect of this. physical, spatial, temporal, work, relationship, etc. And I would love to hear one or two of those goals if it's not so private. And we're all friends. We're in a safe environment. If you feel comfortable sharing, set up one or two goals and you can share. And Vinita, don't be too hard upon yourself either. Just set up one or two goals at a time. You work on those and then move to the next, right? And it's for everyone, not just Vinita, right? Don't be too hard. Life is already too hard. We have so many projects, so many deadlines, so many pressures, so many exams and this and that. We have to improve. Yes, we want to improve, but we'll take it step by step. How many of you wrote the goal or the area of improvement? Raise your hand, give a thumbs up, something. How many of you have already written? What's your goal? How you're going to take steps towards it? Okay, many of you have written. Raise your hand if you are comfortable sharing. Okay, Pari, and then Mishti.
Working out every day.
Okay, working out. Can you be a little bit more specific?
Like of course, like I have gym class every other day, but like I have like my own workout like routine, and I feel like I should like, so I try to do it every day, but like a lot of times because of other activities, like, or like I procrastinate and I'm like, oh, I'll do it in 5 minutes, oh, I'll do it in 5 minutes, and then it just doesn't happen. So I want to like actually commit to myself and like say like maybe at maybe like 8 p.m. like every day I will do it. Like,
Workout.
yeah, because I
Maybe
like
like yoga or like you do some like weightlifting or what do you do? Yoga, stretching?
I do like I stretch, but mainly I do like physical like physically like exercise.
That's before dinner? 8 p.m. is after dinner or before dinner?
After dinner, like I ate dinner around 6, so it's like 2 hours like after.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, it's good. Just a humble thought. You can make it more specific. Like I will do workout at least 20 minutes a day for 5 days a week, right? Because when you say like, then you can check the box. Okay, I don't feel like, but 20 minutes, I'll waste my time. Let me just stop everything and do that 20 minutes, right? And when you start, always remember, friends, starting is the hard part, right? How many of you agree? When you start, you feel, oh, 20 minutes fly like anything, like this class. When we start, it's over an hour has passed. If we feel like we're just having a joyful conversation, right? Doesn't it feel like sometimes? Oh, an hour is over, right? It's the same. I'm sure you might have felt in your workout sessions or in other things. Good, Pari. Yes, Mishti, and then Dhruv.
My goal is also similar to like exercise and work out more. Like right now, I have basketball practice every day, so that is automatically done. But I think like after it ends in like a week, I think I'm not gonna do it anymore, and I'm just gonna be lazy. So like my goal will be to actually do it for like at least 30 minutes a day.
Very good. Very good. One more suggestion. It applies to everyone. You can have an accountability buddy, right? An accountability buddy who holds you accountable, right? I'm sure you have friends, right? And you can say, hey, hold me accountable. I need your help, right? It could be your sister, your brother, your friend, your parents, whatever you feel comfortable, right? And then you can say, well, if I don't do it, then you do some like a self-atonement, right? For that, right? Which gives you a little bit pain, right? Like I remember when I was in base, when I was in, if anyone would not come for Mangal Aarti, they had to write Hare Krishna Mahamantra 108 times, and it would take an hour. So that was the motivation to come for Mangal Aarti. Otherwise, they'll have to write 108 times in writing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. If they missed one Mangal Aarti, and I was the like the in charge to make sure to mark everyone's attendance in the Mangalarti. And if someone did not, I had the thankless task to collect their papers with 108 mantras. Well, it was fun, and we all need, sometimes we need the stick, right? So we need, that's Mother Yashoda had also the stick. She would not beat Krishna with the stick, but she had the stick, right? Even Krishna needs a stick. So discipline is healthy. Yes, Dhruv.
I definitely have to work on my procrastination because in school I always just do everything at the final second. Like, I'd always like this week. I turned in my work like the day before. I mean, it is due on. I mean, like it. You're supposed to finish it on the day before, but then I usually just it's a daily homework. Like you have to do something daily. So then I just finish. I just don't do anything for the first like 4 days, and then it's like the final day. I just spend the whole day doing it, and I think it's kind of bad for me because then I put it's way too much stress, and so I'm thinking maybe I can just like at least do the homework every day so I can split it up.
Yeah. Thank you. I feel that it's stressful, right? Thank you, Dhruv, for sharing. And not only it's stressful, but how many of you think that quality of work is also not great? When you're panicking, oh, I have only 2 hours to submit, the quality is down, the mental stress is more, the physical stress is more, and it's not healthy. So I'm sure all of us go through that. But as Dhruv, you rightly said, when we break it out into smaller pieces, it will become easier, it will become efficient, right? The quality will improve, productivity will improve, and the stress will go down, right? Beautiful. Thank you, Dhruv. All the best for that. Yes, Sanvi.
I think I need to work on balancing my academics and tennis because I've practiced like 2 hours every day. Then I come home and I work out, then focus more on tennis, and then it's like 8 p.m. and see, oh my God, I have so much homework to do. So I think I need to take some focus away from tennis and put it on my academics. And that's just something. It takes time because I enjoy tennis more than, of course, reading history books. So that's what I need to work on.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm sure we all have similar areas for improvement. Okay, so we covered today 3-4 verses. I have posted them also. We covered few verses also in this discipline aspect. 4 verses where they will post more. So you memorize one which you have not memorized in the past. Okay? Don't take the easy path, right? Because I'm not going to ask, hey, who knows what, right? You have to be, you know yourself. You may revisit a few, but try to memorize at least one new, okay? And recite that in the recordings, right? Don't recite all 4, so we don't want unhealthy kind of pressure, because if one person is doing 4, then the other person, hey, how will I memorize 4? But the other person may already be knowing 3 in advance, right? So just you will be sharing one verse which you didn't know. If you know all 4, that's great. Revisit and just speak one. Okay? Everyone good? It's almost 8:30, so we'll pause here. So you'll memorize a verse. We'll announce the results for the drawing in 1 or 2 days. Next week we have a special program. It starts at 7 about communication, nonviolent communication. So mark your calendars. On Zoom, of course, the same Zoom. And you will write a small passage, something about discipline, and specifically the area you want to improve, how you want to, what are the steps you will take, right? What's your current state? What do you intend to do, right? For example, someone shared tennis example, workout example. Like right now, you're doing 1 day a week and you wanted to go from 1 to 5 days a week. Like, how will you get there? What are the steps you're going to take? Is it okay? Everyone clear? Everyone clear about next week's program? Anyone has a question before we wrap up? Any question, any comment, any thought? Maybe? Yes?
Hare Krishna, what are the 4 verses that you want me to send?
Yeah, I posted that in the announcement. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I posted the number. You can elaborate and send. Yeah.
Okay. I'll do
We
that.
covered those 2.41, 2.44, 6.17 of Gita. 241 and 44 talk about the resolute,
Mhm.
and 617 is the balance verse, and nectar of instruction number 1 is the controlling the urges to become a great leader.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Rest is all good. Ovi also joined. Thank you, Ovi, for joining. Okay, so it's 8:30. You have a good night, and I'll see you at 7 next Sunday. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I totally messed up of something. It says 23rd February, not next Sunday, right? Let me correct myself. This is on 23rd February. We have 2 weeks. Okay? Next Sunday, I have an event in the evening. Can we meet in the morning next Sunday? Like 10 Eastern or 11 Eastern, 11:30, 12. I'm open anytime before till 10, like 9, 10, 11, 12. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern next week. I am not available in the evening. Raise your hand if it works for you. Next Sunday, 10 Eastern time, 10 a.m. Raise your hand, please. Sanvi, Shamvi, not available? What you have? What? Okay, 11. Who all are good for 11? Lakshay, you're busy. Okay, we'll do. Okay, I know like there's the hard to pick one time which works for all, but we'll do in the morning. Okay. Okay then, my dear friends, thank you so much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Samved Gaur Bhaktavind ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.